Discipline Stoners.
The gateway drug to mindfulness.
Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take a hit. Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take a hit. Gateway drug to mindfulness.
And welcome back to another episode of Discipline Stoners. I'm your host, Ellevan.
My name is Winny.
And we are the gateway drug to mindfulness. And today, it's back to just us. Finally.
We needed to give you guys a little twosome again.
I missed this. I mean,
know.
I love this.
I know.
I love guests too.
You know what was cool
Guests
though?
bring great energy.
We did a couple episodes back to back, so we have some in queue.
That's true.
We haven't had that for a while. We've been going week to week for a minute.
Our frequencies are substantially a little bit loud.
Too loud? Okay.
You want to turn them off or turn them down?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, we just had like a great run of guests. This is our first episode since having 100 episodes. And we figured, yeah, nice, that's good. We figured, why not try and experiment with new video presentations? So if you're listening on the audio, have a glance on YouTube, or have a glance down if you're on Spotify and see that we're facing you now. We'll see how it feels.
I think it's going to feel good.
I think so too, because often we're turning to talk to you anyway.
Yeah, I like to bring you in. I'm happy to be here with you. I think we actually, when we first started that, we were like, no, like, let's not talk to them. Let's have like a conversation.
What's happening right now, me keep adjusting the microphones, that's the problem.
Yeah, so just don't do that.
Okay, that's mainly you, Senorita. I'm sorry.
Evan and I have been beefing since last night.
Yeah, Winnie's been beefing with me. What happened? I was in efficiency mode. I tried to mix business with home
You know
time.
what happened last night is that we did not...
You're exhausted.
We did not segment intend. We did not forward think.
Yes.
I think
That's carried over in today even.
one of us was trying to live unsustainably, I think, or both of us perhaps. So it was a really good learning experience actually to always do what you want. If you don't want to do something, you shouldn't do it because ultimately it's going to end up not great.
Yeah. Always do what you want. That's facts. I left that kombucha out to where it's not cold. Today's a funny day. Yeah, it's kind of pissed me off a little bit. Like in a funny way.
Yeah.
Like, this is cold. This isn't.
Oh,
Did
do you want me to
this
put
cold?
it in the fridge?
Yeah, can you put it in the fridge? And just like, I'm a little bit tired. And like, I've been setting up and like trying to get going. It's just one of
we've
those
been
interesting
trying to
days.
get going. Like even now, we thought we were ready to start. We obviously weren't.
But we're not. This is garbage.
So
This is
maybe we should
unacceptable.
start again.
Well, ultimately, we're started now.
Maybe it should be the first time that we actually start again.
Mm-mm.
Okay, then let's segment intend for right now for this because
Let's practice what we preach and be about it
yesterday.
and say, yeah, let's try and turn it around. Let's show what you can do if you're not actually in that high of a vibration.
Okay.
It's okay to be human and be pissed off, but you got to stop blaming and you got to take a new direction with things.
So,
Our Lord and Savior, little baby Jesus,
okay, first of
little
all,
Israel,
I had
Joshua,
I had a moment yesterday where
baby Jesus, give us strength. What?
I had a moment yesterday where I was in a yoga class and I was very intensely watching myself, and I just felt very like in my body, and it was great. It was awesome. It was an awesome experience, and I found myself sort of judging someone else towards the end of class because it wasn't even judging. It was recognizing where they were and like understanding that I've been there once before too. So
Nice. There's merit to that.
yeah. So like I saw this person really struggling. It was a hot class, and they could not watch themselves struggle,
Kept looking away.
which I've get, like, holy, to like look at yourself. Sometimes the mirrors in a yoga class are just like, is that necessary, everyone? Like, do we really need this?
Yes.
But like, there's so much good to be able to like look at yourself. And what it gave me was that, thanks, fun. What it gave me was that I was able to release allow my own insecurities that were popping up to live, to be alive, and to have a say, and to be as equally there as the rest of me, and not shove it down and not run away from it. And I saw this person really just like, they just really couldn't. And sometimes you can't, right? Like that person couldn't that day. And for me, I was lucky enough to be able to do that. And so where I got to was I was letting my insecurities and my intention to live simultaneously. And I don't know if we talk about that a lot, because like sometimes we envision ourselves as this person, right? Like this person who has their ideals and like
knows how to wipe your own ass.
Yeah, just like we envision ourselves to be this really successful.
Gets up and gets dressed every day.
Exactly.
You have a coffee, maybe even make a few phone calls.
And like when our ego pops up or our pain bodies pop up.
My pain body was inflamed today. You could feel that motherfucker go like...
Yeah.
And it was breathing and it was trying to like grow, and it was sending me insecure thoughts to my head. I'm still in a modality of like being fairly pessimistic. I have a very pessimistic side to me. It's like with all the optimism and enthusiasm that comes with life, fuck, if I catch a stride, that's like... Well, fuck it. I can have a real natural way to kind of just ground things, just kill them quick, kill the magic in them.
Yeah.
Kind of like it's kind of self-sabotage more than anything.
So yeah, it kind of feels like
Bizarre.
that part of you is like yelling for attention, right? And it takes away from the person I think that we intend ourselves to be.
That we wish to be, or that we present ourselves to be. Because why would you present yourself to be anything but like value?
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And like we don't find a lot of value in that like little bitch that just wants the world to burn.
So, but for me in that moment, it's like, but what if we just allowed them to speak and still held the intent along with it?
Be good.
There was no lessening of who I am,
who you felt you were,
because something else was popping up that wasn't in line or ideal with that intent.
Nice, beautiful. Yes, forgive yourself.
Yeah, like you have to do it all the time. Like you need to just keep that forgiveness waterfall flowing. I think like nonstop. Because we're human beings, and we like
keep that forgiveness waterfall going.
Even to admit that, like, I hate admitting that I judge people. I fucking hate admitting that I judge people. But
You're
like,
such a judgy.
I do. I think if you don't judge people, like,
you're not
show
human.
Me your ways, because
do.
I don't know. I don't know about it.
It's hard to observe without judging.
I'll often work to a place of deeper understanding without really like getting my hate on or anything for a person, but like I absolutely judge people based on what I'm seeing with my eyes.
You don't openly,
is just so limited.
You don't openly condemn, but you essentially think you understand. And that's what like judging can sometimes innocently be, thinking you understand. Because you observe, and it's fine to observe, but as soon as we mentally decide what that means or what that thing becomes, like if that person cuts you off, like you're judging them if you're like on their entire character because of that one move that they did. Whereas like you're observing, saying like, that person's in a rush, they fucking cut me off, I guess they need to get somewhere. Or even if you don't have that much emotional maturity to say that someone needs to get somewhere before you do, you can observe a situation, or you can like judge and cast and condemn like an idea based on that like one thing, just to clarify the two different states.
Yeah. And perhaps those two states can happen simultaneously.
Well, one leads to the other.
For sure.
You observe first.
Yeah.
You can't judge unless you observe, but you can observe without judging.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
Fun little riddle. Roll that back.
You can observe without judging, but you must observe to judge. So just stop yourself. It's all about stopping yourself, really. But
Yeah, I guess it would be changing directions.
that impulse of
I think when you resonate with
thinking
something,
you
it's
know.
hard. Yeah, it's like, because
you think you know.
yeah,
Shit.
I definitely thought I knew what
I
that
f-
man was going through.
I feel so bad for people who think they know.
I'm listening to an audiobook right now. I thought it was called The Power of Letting Go, but it's actually called
Just make it funny.
Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know.
There you go. What is that sound? It's this. It's our new candle.
Oh, that's why they sold it at Winners.
Is that what?
'Cause Winners gets all the-
It's still a $15 candle.
I know, but it used to be a $30 candle. Winners gets all of the stuff that's just a little bit off that can't be sold. It's not, you can't sell it for full price that these brands want to sell.
That's how they do it. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah. Oh,
'Cause
absolutely.
You can feel that with their shirts. There's like on one side it's slightly more up, but your average person really wouldn't give a fuck. And so it's like that's why your average person really does go to Winners. But then like that other one that's banging and like perfectly on is sold at the Nike store or something.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of Winners buys that last very long.
Yeah, they're all temporary.
Yeah,
I
no,
just
this
made a
is
little
even
cozy.
H&M.
See, I just fixed it. We
Thank
just
you
saved
so much.
$15 on a free sticker.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I've
I think that
good conversation. Forgiveness
anytime
is
that we
big.
can stop,
Healing.
anytime we can stop and say like, what might I not know about this? And that's what I didn't do last night. I tried, but I just didn't have the capacity anymore.
You got to get over it quick. You got to get over things quick. And my dad gave me a really good fucking funny perspective on just moving on. He has a really good attitude for that. And I kind of took his ways of making an extreme short-term comedic joke out of everything, because I used to get really worked up in my head when I used to see people frown. It used to really break my heart when I'd observe people frown, especially after I kind of like learned to alchemize. Even as a teenager, like I was doing some crazy shit and I landed and I came back out into the world and everything was shiny and new, and I was like, people are reacting to the situation differently. Like I start to see, right? And those who had a big bright smile on their face were usually like successful, and there was an element of good, like what felt good, higher vibration from them. And then I'd see people like just walk around like with a harsh frown. Like I'm like, fuck, like I wish. That's probably part of the reason why I first became a comedian, is like I wanted to help heal. I wanted to help break through that for people, with people, as I was simultaneously doing it for myself. But I ended up just being like, you can't fix other people at all. Zero. You can entertain them for a short period of time, and that's what I'll do, spend the rest of my days doing, is performing music and around comedy, that, you know, just giving people experiences of entertainment, freeing them for a moment. But like now in my own head, when I see someone frown, and it goes to my impulse or my innate reaction is to like feel heartbreak for them. You know, wish they could smile, because, oh, fuck, heaven forbid, especially a straight white guy telling anyone else to fucking smile, it's so I'll be attacked. So I can't say that even. And these days, it's tough to even cross that threshold to even make someone laugh. So I just, like, put something funny in my own head, like, they probably shit their pants. Like, who am I to know that this person walking around with a frown is like literally doesn't have just a bit of poop coming out of their bum?
Exactly.
We've all been there. We've all got a fucking chunky, wet backside sometimes on a hot day, and you thought it was all done, and maybe a little slipped out, or a wet fart or something like that. I'm saying, you don't fucking know.
You don't.
If this person didn't just shit their pants.
Yeah.
Just a bit. Not like a full It's not like they're carrying a fucking diaper back there full of grocery bag full of shit. I'm saying like just a bit. Like they got to get home to change before that smell
Anything else
aggravates them. You know, there's definitely going to be like a skid mark on the underwear. If not, maybe these might be like a throw out situation. It's just a bit of shit, you know? So I'm saying,
I hear you.
You don't need
I think
to judge
everyone
people.
knows. Yeah,
I
no.
just spent 5 minutes talking about shit.
But yes, you make a great point. Like,
Thank you. I found seeds. I love it. Sorry, continue.
We never know anything.
Went to the indigenous dispensary on Queen, and it's all growing on the reserve, and that's like beautiful. And the most gas in their selection was a mid-range, and the buds were nice. It's a platinum Rockstar.
Yeah.
But it must be like very organically grown, because you can always smell like either it's outdoor or organically grown. It's not too heavy on the nose, and there's a little more like chlorophyll, like green smell, like planty smell. But, you know, it's probably light for me. It's probably good for your average person.
Yeah, I like it. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it burns the stuff we got from BC. For me, it's a bit of a dry smoke at the end of the pull.
Yeah.
But that's why I mixed in some of the sweet bubble hash that our friend Joe Hash gave us. But really great, interesting points. Really bravo of us to keep it moving and talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, forgiveness and letting things go, whether it's you or whether it's someone else that you're observing, you know, you got to constantly move on and find a way to forgive and let that go, because you just create pain. Like there's a Eckhart Tolle. Is it Eckhart Tolle or Eckhart Tolle?
I don't know.
Eckhart Tolle. He said this beautiful thing. Like the core of every like feeling of pain is just like a problem, you know? So if you vow not to create any more problems in your life, you don't have any more pain. And it's like an addiction. Like literally the first chapter of my book, called Pain Addiction, as though it's like in psychological terms, like we have an addiction. It's like, no, we have this kind of very sweet addict-like relationship with our actual pain body. Like you have like a joy body and a pain body.
If I may,
Please.
It's become so habitual, so second nature that
you can
we
feel it
know the response that it gives us. And when we are looking for that response in our lives, we know where to go to get that.
Yeah.
So like
it gives you energy.
That's what I mean. Like
it
mainly
boosts
like
you up, like somehow.
Dr. Joe Dispenza really uncovers that. Like recalling a bad situation or bad
over and over
feelings
again in your head,
will
and that
give
person
you
doesn't like
energy
me, and
like a coffee.
Yep.
Like it'll wake you up and get you going.
You're torturing your mental, so you're hurting your fourth dimensional being to give your third dimensional being a fucking jolt. And that jolt tightens your muscles, and that jolt stops you from breathing, and it does everything opposite of what actually helps you get over the actual problem.
It creates flight.
And so you're just over here living like this.
Okay, Ralphie.
Sweet. Sweet dog.
Oh.
What are you doing?
I gave blood yesterday, and all of the
Sweet.
nurses showed me their doggies. I was gonna say their vehicles. Weird. Their doggies.
Hey, let's see your vehicle.
Yeah.
Hey, are you here to give blood? Do you want to see a picture of my vehicle?
And then I showed Ralphie's picture, and everyone went, "Oh, come on!"
Because you're the person giving blood. Of course, you're gonna get the biggest reaction.
No, there was another person giving blood who had a dog.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, she shared her photo too. She had a golden retriever.
Yeah, but that's a boring dog.
Named Fletcher, Gretchen, or something.
Is she white?
Chester. Yeah.
Classic.
Okay, but
I'm just
Gretchen
kidding.
is a cute ass name for
Look
a
at his
golden
paw
retriever.
on there.
I know, he's been doing that. I took a little, he had his paw too.
Me
the
and
other
Ralphie
day
are
at
beefing a little
work.
bit too because he chose Winnie.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about belief systems.
Okay. Yeah, belief systems, even upper limiting problems. People creating beefs with their dogs. Like, you know, and you have a certain period of joy or happiness or good things happen to you, how many times do you accidentally or purposely self-sabotage a situation because you just think simply you have a belief that this doesn't happen to or for people like you, and this is just some bullshit. This is some programming that like can hit you right in the fucking vag, you know what I mean? That shit'll hurt. That once you realize that you've been holding the trigger and blowing your own fucking head off this whole time, that hurts. It makes your stomach twist because you're like, I'm fucking this all up myself. I'm so exhausted. Like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it right. Like, you literally feel hopeless sometimes when you realize, when you have the real profound moments, when you get back to your ego identity, because we all have to, it's almost more devastating than it is, oh, wow, I'm going to skip right along now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well,
you're like,
because
I got to
everything-
fix this shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's more responsibility. That's where, like, people, like, even with me, when I do, like, I got the song idea. I'm like, oh, I'll keep the ideas over there. Until God blasts through my mouth, like, there's no developing songs. There's no ideas. There's things that need to be said and music that goes with them. This is a problem to solve. You know what I mean? You got to fucking have your own shit in order. Anyway, back to what you're saying. Side tangent, but kind of relatively about the same thing.
Yeah, no. Well, I was just thinking that maybe you and I kind of both were talking about the other day that we have never given ourselves the opportunity to fully believe as big as we truly want.
Yeah.
Like, not want even, but yeah, what
No,
could
truly
be
desire.
Truly desire.
You do. People say, oh, I just want the medium one. No, you don't. That's an outdated belief system, and you just didn't have the propensity to kind of start with that big of a vision because it scared the shit out of you. And you can't literally focus on the whole picture to start. You have to kind of go step by step. But yeah, we did not dream big enough at first.
Yeah, and I mean, it was our work over the course of time. I think that you and I have been changing belief systems that we believe we have.
Well, we prove to ourselves constantly that we are what we say we want to be. So you can't lie to yourself, really. Like, you can do all the affirmations, but they come off patronizing. Like, if you say, like, I am disciplined, and you never fucking ever show up for the gym, then no, bitch. Like,
okay, but I will say,
you're gonna know that you're not. So you're not gonna believe your own words. Essentially, like, you have to prove it to yourself to become that thing further. You know?
Yeah. So I have something to say on this because I really lost my activity at the beginning of this year. We had a lockdown in January and it totally broke me. I'm embarrassed to say that, like, I did not handle it well emotionally.
Beautiful.
And,
don't be embarrassed. That's such a great thing to say and admit.
As like a mindful person, I feel like I should have handled it more well, but
you
I
had the tools, but you couldn't see them.
Yeah, I fucking flipped. And then I really lost my activity, and it's taken me this whole year, basically up to about maybe 2 months ago, to find my movement again. But I will say that I guess I didn't affirm like I am disciplined, but I found affirmations that I could get on board with that didn't force me to do said action. So I was like, it was a lot of body love. Like, I love my body. I'm grateful for movement when I do it. I know that I like movement, and I know that it'll like naturally, pick up speed in my life in the coming days, weeks, months, and years.
Momentum.
And consistency and all of that. Like, I reaffirmed my knowing in what I was headed towards, not necessarily my knowing that I could do it today.
Beautiful.
So there's a balance to be found there. But affirmations are such a good fucking tool. They get me back on track every single time. It's the only thing that gets me back on track.
It's the only
talk
thing you
myself
can
back
do.
into, but like affirmations, it's not all like I am, you know, beautiful or whatever. Sometimes it's like, I feel fucking rough right now. I know that I would like to feel less rough right now. I know that I have the ability to feel less rough right now.
I know that I'm open to feeling better.
Like I have an entire pages of working myself and massaging myself back into a place that feels better and more comfortable for me to live in.
Vacillating.
Yeah. So that's, and to your point, what you said is when you have these big realizations of like, holy shit, I've been, you know, running away from intimacy because I didn't feel like I was nurtured as a child, for example.
Some big shit like that.
And then you come back into your ego and you're like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that now?
What am I do now, huh?
Like,
what am I do now?
Yeah, where do I even go from there?
Yeah.
So like there is that beautiful moment where you find out you can do whatever you want with that. You can go back to your old patterns and habits and just live in that life of, honestly, like familiar, which we equate to comfort. Ooh. Like there's no problem with that, honestly. Like we don't care. Like go do that. If
I love that. Are you kidding me?
Best. And then, you know, you can also let it linger in your experience. Let yourself go through the discomfort of like knowing that you've been running away from something your entire life and doing it unconsciously. Like that's a whole, there's an acceptance that has to happen there too. Yeah. Like, and so you play with it and you get curious with it and you move through it at your own pace.
And you got to decide if you're going to keep it or not. Like there's some things that you may want to keep. Some things that like haven't been serving you that you can't help. Because they're part of your ego identity. They're part of what you contribute. Or they're part of a way that you're still existing right now. And, I've seen friends...
it might still be serving you, for sure.
Like there's no right or wrong is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, awareness doesn't mean you have to change it all. I think that was the biggest thing where... As a younger person, I didn't want to try drugs in terms of psychedelics and plant medicines because I didn't want to look at it. I think a lot of people like don't even want to meditate because they don't want to look at it. You know what I mean by that? Like look at it, like when you're like, like I just can't deal with what that means. Like if I have an anger problem, then you got to face why, and then there's probably some abuse that went with what caused you to react like that, or why do you have to dominate things, and you know, why are you scared? Like every hard strength you've built for yourself is probably because of a scared little child inside. So, and
it does become less like as you practice it, like when you react to something, like you can much more easily be like, ooh, hey,
look at that.
What was
look at that.
Let's try to understand this. Like
stay on top of it like water. The more that you
understand it, I feel like the more comfortable you get with feeling
but
it.
You got to get out ahead of it. That's what Abraham really does. Like to truly bask in your own creator joy is if you segment and tend, like Winnie said, and get out ahead of it's like remembering this is a game. It's how I use meditation to remember this is just a simulation kind of. It's like play with this. Don't let this one thought, one idea, one project be your end all be all. Play with this. This is part of a big infinite dance.
And let's get more comfortable with failing. And like watching ourselves fail. That's what I saw.
There's no failure. There's doing or not doing. Not doing is failing. But doing, if you did it and you tried and you didn't meet the mark, you still did it. Failure is even just semantics. Sorry.
I agree. No, I actually agree. Thank you. What I meant to say after I used my example is let's get comfortable with a little bit of like struggle, like watching ourselves struggle. I think because you fight so much against that, right? Like our self-love culture has been like, you first. We even preach that too, but sometimes that can be associated with only good feelings.
Shit's hard sometimes. Shit's hard sometimes. Don't run away. You've been given this gift of this little thing you gotta solve. Figure it out or ask for help. It's
And
all
like,
good.
be willing to explore the sensations.
Get your joints up, by the way. Look at that white ash. Perfect. I just turned. Actually, this is probably mostly Oasis, which is extremely high quality. Shut up, Bud Mobile.
Like, just getting back to, that's why I like yoga so much, honestly, man. It gets you back in, like,
I miss yoga.
I can look at myself and I can be feeling like yesterday I was really in like a powerful place, but like when I'm not, which is often, I just like looking at yourself and being like, well, this is okay. Like, it doesn't have to be anything other than this right now. That's what that teaches you. And your heart is pounding. You're literally dripping sweat from places that you didn't know that you sweat from.
And you're being told to do things like move and hold and balance and stretch in ways that you're not used to doing.
Yeah.
I love it so much. It's so uncomfortable. It's the best.
It's so good. And it gets you familiar with that discomfort in a safe way, which I really love.
Yoga was part of humbling my dominant masculinity in my body. Because it's like, if you can't do this and this little girl beside you can, you're a bitch, bro. So it's like, maybe you should develop some more of that silent, balanced strength.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to push this weight out here.
And it's cool because you're always working on something in a yoga class, you know?
And it should be yourself, you know? That time you have in the mirror to spend with yourself, that's the shit. Mm-hmm. That's what I used to go for. I can't believe halfway, like, even as, like, when I got even more mindful, I'd be curious to see when the ego shuts off a little bit now, because it runs out. You're exhausting. You're trapping yourself on your mat, and you're following the series, and everyone's doing it together, and you're like, I'm this, I'm that, this person's that. Oh, look at that person. They're here right now. What time is it? What should I eat? What did I do today? How was that result? Do I feel good about myself? Fuck that person. And fuck that person. Oh, yeah, fuck them too. Oh, look at that person. Oh. And then before you know it, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, what was I just saying? Like, what was that? Who was that?
Yeah.
And then you're like, clear. All of a sudden you're clear because you've been doing nice stretches and you've been breathing. And you're like, I am a piece of shit. Like, if that who was just talking is who I'm existing as, fuck,
Okay,
I need to do
so-
this all the time. And that's how you get addicted to yoga, because you get that silent clarity.
Yeah.
And I don't get it anywhere else. I'm still out here at the gym talking shit.
Yeah. I love that. I love that because I had one of my best, most focused classes I've had in a long time yesterday, and that still happened.
Yo.
That still happened. Your brain takes off.
Your ego is garbage.
And then
Who you're existing as is one fraction of who you really are. Thank you. No, it's just to interrupt me in what I was saying, which is perfect. I don't need to keep going down that hole.
attention, attention. This is the concierge speaking.
We are now ready to begin the monthly fire alarm test. Please disregard all the sounds and signals. These sounds and signals are for fire alarm testing only. Attention, attention.
Are they going to
attention.
do this?
This is Lifeline Fire Protection. We are now ready to begin the monthly fire alarm test. Please disregard all the sounds and signals. These sounds and signals are for fire alarm testing only. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so throughout the next little while, are we going to stop and start? What are we going to do?
Let's keep going because the battery's going to die on the audio recorder soon.
Oh, nice. Well, it might just be perfect timing.
We're still rolling right now.
Okay, great. So just everyone knows,
Just keep it going.
It'll just be a few times.
Is my
Let's
eye
make
red?
a song. Not particularly. No?
Okay, good. Let's make a song with this. Fun fact. Got a fun
I
fact.
always have a
Fun
I
fact.
always have a
Fun fact.
I
Slow
always
it down.
have a fun.
Fun fact.
He's tried to control everything I've done in the last.
I'm not controlling it. The timing of this is. Fact. Fun fact.
Now the dogs are barking.
Fun fact.
I always have a fun.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Every time it could be perceived as saying you're wrong, you consider I'm controlling you. I'm not controlling.
All right.
The timing of that was setting.
I thought it sounded great. We'll let the viewers decide.
You were just getting real hype and you were just starting to.
Was I going too fast, viewers? You tell us.
It's not debatable. It either is or isn't.
Fun fact.
That was our intro song. That's so funny. Fun fact.
Okay. Ready for this? You're going to be psyched on this.
Okay.
People who smoke weed have more orgasms. Like, way more. Pot smokers surveyed were 109% more likely to have multiple orgasms.
Yep.
This is from Glamour for World Orgasm Day.
It's so nice for sex.
And I also
Weed and
thought,
sex are best friends.
oh yeah, this one, emoji flirting is good for your sex life.
OMG.
Women who use the lips and kissing emoji have more orgasms with their partners, so it might be time to ram up the sexting.
Do you do the kiss emoji?
Sometimes. I do this emoji a lot. To you only, obviously. I know, I'm crazy. I'm loco.
Loco.
Are you going to do a reading today?
Yes, I should do a reading today. Is that all? The fire alarm is good now?
I think so, yeah. I think it was just that one.
This is good. This episode is weird. It was a reflection of what was going with our energy. And there's vacillating that we've talked about before. So there's like maintaining a vision, but sometimes your vibration will go a little, and you can almost numb out of it. Like, unless I'm really happy, I'm not cognitively thinking too hard about anything. You gotta wait till your feeling state gets back on track. You can't do anything really productive from a state of like lack or self-deprecating or doubt or anything. You have to just like fucking really just hang out with the heart. Like, you still gotta make your way through life and do stuff. And like, try
Which
to
is
make
what
that stuff.
we did here.
Yeah, like make it pretty light, like, the stuff, like make it you enjoy. Because just like,
Your eye's red now.
it is?
Yeah.
Like really red?
Pretty red.
Shit, what happened? I felt I touched my top of my eyelid today, but then I either just got smoke eye or, yeah, that's what happened. Or it got red in the bottom underneath.
Yeah. I think we should leave it alone for a second.
I'll stop rubbing it.
Yeah.
That'll certainly help. Hey, we should take a selfie and put it in. Okay, I'll definitely read something. Cool. Yeah, I think I got harsh smoke eye and I rubbed my eye.
Stop
today.
rubbing it.
It's hard not to.
I know, because
And then I had cannabis on my fingers and then I rubbed it too. That's what happened.
Do you want to go wash your face?
I did that.
Okay, good job.
I'm high. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Let's read something.
Okay.
So on this episode, we covered lots of stuff. We started off with allowing our insecurities to live simultaneously with our intent.
You talked about belief systems.
Yeah. And we poked fun at each other a little bit.
Lots of self-awareness. It's good shit.
Yeah. We can call this one the episode where they beef.
There's no beef.
I know there's no beef.
Okay, say a number between 1 and 193.
73.
Law and its operation. The conscious impresses the subconscious, while the subconscious expresses all that is impressed upon it. The subconscious does not originate ideas, but accepts as true those which the conscious mind feels to be true, and in a way known only to itself, objectifies the accepted ideas. Therefore, through his power to imagine and feel and his freedom to choose the idea he will entertain, man has control over creation. Therefore, through his power to imagine and feel and his freedom to choose the idea he will entertain, man has control over creation. Control of the subconscious is accomplished through control of your ideas and feelings. The mechanism of creation is hidden in the very depth of the subconscious.
Oh, we just lost battery on the vocals. So this is a YouTube special.
Special for you, YouTube.
Special for you, YouTube. I'd like to know, YouTube, if you're
I
watching
wanna
this.
know. I wanna know what turn you on. Now I wanna know.
I'd like to know what your limiting beliefs are.
Share us.
Give us one limiting belief that you have that you think, hey, I can do more if I transcend this belief, if I make it something else. I want to know about that.
Share your personal deep beliefs with us.
I think that myself and Ellevan have kind of realized that we were definitely thinking too small.
Yeah.
And something that was like reachable or achievable, silly.
Yeah, dream big. Dream big, babies.
Dream big, babies.
Like, we were thinking that we could have maybe 2 or 3 beamers, but now, we have 4 or 5 beamers. So, you can always do more, like maybe 6 or 7 beamers.
Look at this package of 4.
Package of 5.
Oh, it's a package of 5.
Panasonic carbon zinc.
Panasonic carbon zinc.
Carbon.
This has been really nice for YouTube, I think.
This has been really nice for you guys.
Will they
This has
see
been nice
this?
for you. This?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep this in just with the audio from the other audio, because then they can really appreciate
The difference?
the difference.
Nice.
Nice.
Hey,
Nice.
thanks for watching, YouTube.
Thanks.
And cheers, mate. And subscribe. And join our Patreon. Let me know in the comments if my Australian accent is really good or just sort of good.
Which good am I?
Oh.
How I knew I wanna
Cool
know.
about the orgasms, huh?
Yeah, stoners fucking and having sex.
Hey!
Hey! Come on!
Come man, baby. My mom thinks that we do this podcast live.
That's so cute.
I told her that we were just starting a podcast and that I wouldn't text back for about an hour or so. And she said, "Oh, good. Okay, good luck." At 3:25, and then at 4 p.m. she said, "Where's your podcast? I want to watch it."
Just send her another episode, and she'll be like, "Is this live?" And she's like, "Yep." And then she'll like type to us.
Oh, I love her so much.
So yeah, I kind of. It was through control of your ideas and That's ridiculous.
They're telling us that it's over.
And that concludes the firearm test for this
Are
month.
you fucking?
Have yourselves a wonderful day.
Yeah, because they have to. Thank you so much. They have to tell us that because now we know that anything after this is an actual emergency.
And that concludes the firearm
And
test for
it's
this
good
month.
that they say it.
That'll be all.
Have yourselves a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. In
Oh
the sky.
man. They interrupt you again
Intercoms.
to tell you they won't be interrupting you again.
Intercoms. Yeah, but now we know if a fire alarm went off, we'd be like, okay, we're going to stop this episode, grab Ralph and some of our belongings.
If there's a fire, there's a door right there.
I know, so we're good.
Yeah, ultimately, we should take that speaker out of here.
I think just going back to this real quick, this was sort of
Yeah.
just the last thing that we talked about where it was like, get on board with what you're saying and you will see the benefits immediately. Like talk yourself into a higher vibration truthfully and you will feel the shift happen step by step. But you just have to find the words that feel true in your body that you can get behind. You can't feel something and say something different and expect anything to change.
Your power to imagine and feel the freedom, choose the idea. You know, you can choose the idea that you feed to your subconscious. So like that's the power right there. That's the power of creation.
And we know that.
Yeah, the mechanism of creation is hidden in the very depth of the subconscious, the female aspect or womb of creation. The subconscious transcends reason. You know?
I know.
Neville, Resurrection. I love this book.
That's a good
I
one.
love Neville Goddard.
We love him.
I love him. He's my favorite writer. And then Wayne Dyer's next.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we did a fun fact and that kind of early.
Did we?
Yeah.
How long have we been going for?
Like, I think it was like 34 minutes, 35 minutes.
Okay, well,
I
do you
mean,
have more to say?
no. I mean, always, don't I?
Yeah, we could talk more.
Let's talk how things have been going. Like, I had some shows. You had some shows. We did Rhythm and Flow. I just got the footage from that.
I know,
You
it's
saw your
really
footage today.
cool.
We
Yeah.
pretty much have like another little live special coming.
Yeah.
Like a little bar one, yeah. It was pretty good actually. That wide shot looks good.
Looks so good.
We
I
lo-
feel very
we-
cool.
We love little pack bars. It's
Yeah.
just, it's such a good audience. That's why I vibe with Little Bar Cathedral. It's like 80 people, I think.
Yeah.
You know, it's just awesome.
So cool. Yeah, I felt like when I was watching myself, I was like, oh, wow, I'm good.
You're a real comedian out here.
Whoa.
Wowza.
Get ready, world.
Kaplowza.
Kaplowsa.
What do you like? What do you think about that? That's just become a thing that I say.
I like it.
Wowza, kaplowza.
Yeah, I enjoy it very much.
Yeah. Me too. I keep saying it. It's funny.
Favorite pizza?
I just had a margarita today, so that's top of my mind. But honestly, like that mushroom one from Sud Forno.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yours?
I like pineapple and green pepper and onions and cheese.
Noted.
But I also like a good vegetarian pizza. Like that Mama's Pizza has such awesome vegetarian options.
Yeah.
They're so great, delicious, so good. Love it there.
The one you just said is a great vegetarian option too.
It is so good. It's fantastic.
My vegetarian I usually like with like sun-dried tomato, you know, basil, peppers, feta.
Yeah, I love all that too.
Yeah, maybe even some olives.
You know what else I love?
What?
That I was thinking about today? Dessert pizzas.
Like a Dairy Queen?
Yeah, like a Dairy Queen, but also just like a cake that they make into a pizza.
A cake that they make into a...
Yeah, like people bake sort of like these round, delicious pizza cakes.
Do they really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, pizza cakes are a thing.
Isn't that just a cake?
Yeah, but you cut it like a pizza.
Which you also do a cake.
And it's like thinner. It's like a bread almost.
A shallow cake?
Oh, a shallow cake, yeah.
Does it taste savory? We'll go...
No,
we'll
it tastes like delicious.
And is this in Toronto?
I don't know, man. Stop grilling me on the treats of pizzas.
Okay. It's what Treats of Pizza is. I was going to say, because I love the treat.
I love
from
the
Dairy
Treats of
Queen.
Pizza.
Because that's on like that crumble.
Oh, man, that crumble is everything. The Score Treats of Pizza is by far the most superior Treats of Pizza.
Oh, and this weekend, we're going to Oneida.
Oh, yeah, we promise that we won't be as strange as this episode was.
Well, no promises on my part. I mean, I'll probably be in a lighter vibration.
I think we will be. Yeah, that's tomorrow. If you're listening to this, hey, we're coming to Oneida tomorrow.
Yes.
And Eleven's on a panel, and I'm judging a talent show. I'm so fucking excited. It's going to be so good.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
I'm going to discuss weed advocacy.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means,
Well,
but we'll see.
we'll see. It's okay to be on a panel that has different ways of advocating.
No, I love that. I mean, I looked up the definition. I even put this on our Discipline Thunder story. I looked up the definition of advocate. I most certainly am.
Yeah.
Someone who publicly makes a statement about a benefit of something.
I agree.
Yes, I am. I make it known I'm a cannabis user in public and private situations, and I act as a positive voice for the plant in those situations. And I try to use me as a good example. I don't know how far that gets it, but sometimes when people respect my discipline, I'm like, well, this is part of my process, if you will. And it's good because I started smoking late. So it's not like I'm out here trying to say... Actually, I mean, my opinion about should kids have it or not is really, really rapidly evolving. I haven't settled yet.
I think that once I haven't settled either because I had this conversation with my parents.
Especially with CBD.
Yeah.
I'm like,
if it's being used medicinally, absolutely.
It would be like
100%.
exactly. It would have to be administered. It's not the kid being like, I want to do nothing all day and do this.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not how I use it, and I'm doing it all day. So it's like, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I just think
we're going to just get a bunch of studies are going to get done, and we will see it in our lifetime.
Regardless, my personal experience is 20 plus. I was 20, and then that's when I kind of started smoking regularly, I'd say, wanting to.
Yeah.
Because I never did before. I was kind of anti it.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre, hilarious. But yeah, so it's just helped us so much. And we can put all the labels on it that we need. I think that's where I'm not really a pursuing advocate because it's I'm a rapper and someone asks me, how do you do that? And I'm like, well, I learned to produce music. I just smoke weed and learn the software and got groovy every day. It helps me focus. And it's just part of my cocktail. It's not like I'm out here being you have to I don't like to inform people because I don't really trust facts. But people want to hear from your experience, then great, I'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But all the labels that we put on things, and even me having to say, to get conservative white people to nod along in agreeance, to be amicable and all that. I'm diagnosed Tourette's, and immediately their attitude changes towards me. It's like why I gotta put this weird label on me for you to be okay with my choices. Like, fuck off. Like, I don't, it's not because I don't stand up for the plant, I don't say I'm an advocate. It's like, I shouldn't have to convince anyone. Like, eat a dick. Like, you don't like it? There's the door. Like, good for you. Like, fucking Nazis were people too. I don't agree with them. There you go. They existed. And there were people just with jobs, just like you, following orders. So,
That seems a little intense, that last bit.
I'm sorry, that was intense. I'm not trying to be controversial over here. Maybe I am. I'm not saying that those people are Nazis or comparable. I'm just saying following will not bring you peace, I don't think. About things. Anyone who's condemning the plant is like out of date. You're just out of date, in my opinion. It's like you haven't taken the time to explore this, and you're being told how to feel about this, and that has nothing to do with me. Because I only want to support empowering people to have free thought and react to things how you want to react to them. And I think it's part of human nature, a big benefit to stay curious and like not slap a single meaning on like something. You know, stay curious, stay playful. Mm-hmm. You know, Zen mind, beginner's mind.
So in this book that I'm listening to, something about how it's important to know what you don't know, there's a whole chapter on like really good debating, and like
I'm a master debater.
You always in their studies, it, as far as I've gotten into the book so far, they say at this point that like if you debate with acknowledging your opponent's concerns and also acknowledging what's right, like what you believe to be true about what your opponent's debating.
Love that.
You'll like automatically sway the audience in like your openness or something. Like you're just
1000%.
saying like you're almost saying I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you reasons for this side.
It shows people that you are a critical thinker in the way that you can perceive value, even though it's on an opposing side to your point. Mm-hmm. It's very fair. It shouldn't just be used as a tool, as a tactic to win the audience or sway the vote. It should be used in a way for you to grow as a person if you're debating someone. Because if you're blue and they're red, and red says 2 + 2 is 4, and you're just like, no, red's wrong, fuck that. You just got stupider. Yeah. You just disagreed with an actual truth. So that's why, like, even if people say, like, you're an asshole, I'm like, fair. I'm being an asshole. You're judging me and saying I'm an asshole, whereas really just what I said to you was an asshole-ish thing to say, and I stand by it still. That's the difference. Okay, I'll say it again. Like, good if you think that. I thought about it and I said it anyway. And that's like just honesty. And maybe that is what people call being an asshole. Or sometimes it's just being honest. I would rather that out of people, in my experience. Mm. But you said sometimes I react to you. Well, no, it was more because, what did I say today? Yeah, it wasn't adding toward... I'm very efficient. When I get in efficiency mode, it's on.
It's a bulldozer.
I can't even stop it almost. The momentum's too strong. The ego identity takes over and just... It's a trip, buddy.
It's a trip. So,
It's a trip to go through life, honestly, self-aware. It is. You're like doing things and you're like looking at yourself as you're doing them almost at the same time. Mm-hmm. Like, when do you make time just to be? Fuck. You know? Yeah. With all this critical thinking and all this self-awareness and all this do everything mindfully, when do you just fucking take a breath? When you take a shit, that's when.
I think you can breathe through all of it.
When you gotta breathe through that.
Yeah.
I hope you're pooping right, by the way, everyone.
Yeah, me
You know,
too.
for
I wish
real.
that for everyone.
That's a blessing right there.
Couple poops a day, you know?
If you can drop a coiler, you are blessed. That's good stuff.
I like how poop sort of
Has always been with us.
has tied through this
Maybe
episode.
this episode is called The Shit.
Poop. The shit. Because we're the shit.
We're the shit. Hey guys, check out our Patreon. Why? Winnie treats it like a blog.
Yeah,
And
because
sometimes there's partially nude photos of us there.
sometimes, yeah. And there's more coming. It's in its
Well, because we're stoners, there's more
manifestation.
coming. There's more coming?
Because the fun fact was about orgasms.
This is a fire alarm testing. I just want to let you know that the fire alarm is all working and everything, and that went real well. And I'm just going to let you guys go now and enjoy the rest of your evening, and we're not going to make any more noise out of your ceiling anymore. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a good time, all right? Have a good night. Thanks so much. This was security speaking. Fire alarm's all done now.
Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for following us on Instagram. That is continuously growing. We're excited about what we're doing here, and I think you are excited about it as well. So
chicks, sisters,
appreciate
bros,
you. Share with
theys
people.
and thems, my friends. Check this out. We're fucking blowing up.
We are.
We're blowing up here now.
Blowing up.
We got over 1,000 followers on Instagram. Over 1K followers. Actually, it's growing with our episodes. So,
Yes.
but every time we drop a new episode, we're getting at least 10 followers. So when we dropped 103, we're at 1,030. I'm not drop episode 104, 1,040. About time 105 is gonna be 1,050. That's funny.
Okay.
I love you guys. Here's a joint.
Thanks so much for watching for realsies.
Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. And subscribe to our Patreon because you pretty much just buy us a coffee once a month. Would you not fucking buy us both a coffee once a month?
We're investing everything that we make back into this.
Yeah, this is
So, like,
only going to get better. So it's
yeah.
like, wouldn't you take both of us if we're like, hey, 11, Winnie Clark are in your city, you want to stop for coffee? Wouldn't you ring for it? I'm just saying. Wouldn't, or maybe we'll treat you. We'll see. But regardless, for the Patreon, for this brand to get better, you don't even have to buy both of us a cappuccino, just one of us.
And huge shout out to all our already Patreoners.
Thank you
who've
so
been
much, you
supporting us
guys.
from the
That
start.
means so much to us. Thank you. I appreciate you. I don't want to say what we're going to do, but this shit's only going to get better. You see, even the way that we're trying things, like facing you here, I think this is going to work.
I know. This is like,
I'm excited to
cute.
say it.
It's nice to see you and be with you and
Yeah, it's nice to be here.
just look at you.
Yeah, we're
This
just
is a
gonna
conversation.
look in your eyes and relax. Smoke a joint. Have a conversation.
That's going to get sound bit and used for something.
You can soundbite me all night, baby.
All right. All right. That's enough.
You want to hit that?
Nope.
Okay, Kit Kat. We'll get back. Kiss back. Bitch ass.
Bye.
Bye.
Weird episode.
Weird one. I'd accept that as it is.
Disciplined stoners. The gateway drug to mindfulness.
Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take a hit. Gateway drug to mindfulness. Let's roll one up and take
Hey, Win!
Oh my. Yes.
We got a new thing.
Oh, right. We need to tell you about our new thing.
Support the show now on Patreon and get a bunch of private perks.